Good morning, dear friend. Myself, Professor K.S. Banker, Assistant Professor in Government Engineering College, Modasa. In the subject of Material Science and Metallurgy lecture series, this is the first lecture and the topic is Introduction of Material Science and Metallurgy. So, material science subject is really very much important in mechanical as well as in automobile engineering students, because if you want to create any product, then you must have to select the material, and you will be able to select the material as and when you are having certain knowledge about that materials and some alloys. So in this lecture we will see about the introduction of different materials and classification of material. Okay, so material science and metallurgy, the application of materials by mankind is deeply involved with our culture since pre-civilization era. So this is not a new subject, or this is not a new subject which we have studied. This involves with our culture since a very long time. The advancement of human civilization is closely related to the development and application of newer material. So newer material means what? This is the newer materials, means if you create something new in the existing material, then it is a newer material, or it is also known as an alternative material of the existing material. At present, the scenario is that the advancement of any engineering discipline is not possible without the development of materials and their science, engineering and technology. The primary role of an engineer is to design and manufacture product for people as end users. So our main role is to design. We have to design and manufacture products. Okay, so for designing as well as manufacturing of the product, we have to certain knowledge about the material and its different phases, its structures, its characteristics. Likewise, one of the important tasks for an engineer is to select right material for manufacturing products, machines or equipments. This is the main goal. This is the main role or important task of an engineer, is to select a right material for manufacturing products, machines or equipment. Okay, so if we will select the right material for that particular product, then the product will be successful in the market. Why? Because why it is successful in the market? Because the material selection is right. Okay, so the product will last for very long time if the material is right, and if material is not right or it is not proper, it is not appropriate, then your material will not last for a long time. Okay, so selection of right material for the manufacturing the product, machines or equipment. Now selection of material is based on various requirement of the product, and once the material is selected, it influences variety of aspect related to manufacturing process selection, machine required, tooling, reliability and service life of the product. Okay, once the material is selected, then these are certain characteristics which influences. Okay, in which reliability is there, service product life is there, tooling is there. Okay. So, these are certain aspect, okay, which influences on the selection of material. Now, material affects various stages of product life cycle, starting from product concept development, design, planning, manufacturing, inspection, use, service life, maintenance, disposal and recycling. So, see students, the material affects all the stages of the product, okay, means starting from the product concept and the at the end stage, that is recycling. So, from the concept of the product and the last stage is recycling. Okay. So, in all the product, material affects a lot. So, at the on each and every stage, material can affect to the product. So, the material knowledge must be a very important. Now, the combination of physics, chemistry and the focus on the relationship between the properties of material and its microstructure is the domain of the material science. So, there are the main domain of the material science is the properties of material. Property of material is what? Means material hardness, stiffness, its brittleness, ductility. Okay, these are certain property of if the material is conductive. Okay, so these are certain properties of material. So, the combination of material property and microstructure is the main domain of the material science subject. Microstructure is what? Microstructure is nothing but a structure of the material. You can just predict the property of the material using the microstructures. So, in the microstructure you can visualize that which constituent of the material is emphasized on the another material, which type of bonding is there likewise. So, through the microstructure you can predict the property of the particular material. Now, why study of material science and metallurgy is required? So, as I told you that this subject is very much important for all the engineering students, and however, for the mechanical and automobile engineers, these are really very much important because they directly affect the product. Okay. So, to be able to select a material for a given application based on its performance and cost, to understand the limitation of the material and to modify or changes its property as per applications. Okay. So, you can understand the limitation of that material, and according to that limitations you can use that material to some to particular products. Okay. If you having idea about the limitations, then you will use that material for some applications only. Okay. And also if you know about the limitations, then you can modify or change your its property as per the your required applications. Next is to be able to develop a new material. Okay. If you having knowledge of this, then you will be able to develop a new material that will have some desirable property for certain applications. So, you can also develop a new material if you have certain knowledge about the material science and engineering. Now, the classification of engineering materials. Engineering materials are classified on the basis of the following: chemical composition, mode of occurrence of the material in the nature, refining and material manufacturing methods, atomic and crystal structure, and industrial use of materials. Now, the classification is this type also. However, the engineering materials are generally classified into 7 primary groups as listed below. It is metals and alloys, ceramics, organic polymers, composite, semiconductors, biomaterials or biometals, advanced material, and smart materials or materials for the future. Okay, so this is the classification of engineering materials. Now metals and alloy. So metals and alloy are the material which are good electrical and thermal conductor. At normal temperature, metals are generally solid, as we know that. Mechanical property of these materials are relatively stiff and strong. Now metals can be further divided into two categories: ferrous metals and non-ferrous metals. So what is ferrous metal? Ferrous metal is what? Ferrous metal, when the iron is present in the metal as the main constituents, the metal is known as ferrous metal. Iron component should be there. If you may find the iron in the any metal as the main, this is the main constituents, that the metal is known as ferrous metal. The property of ferrous metal depends upon the percentage and the form of carbon present in them, and examples are steel, cast iron, rough iron, etc. Now non-ferrous, when iron is not present in metal as main constituent element but may be present as one of the alloying element, that metal is known as non-ferrous metal. Okay, so examples of the non-ferrous metal are aluminum, copper, zinc, nickel, chromium, etc. Now alloys. When two or more pure metals are melted together and form a new metal whose properties are quite different from the parent metals, then it is called an alloy. Examples are stainless steel, high speed steel, HSS, brass, babbitt metal, etc. Then ceramics. Ceramic are compounds between the metallic and non-metallic elements. These engineering materials are crystalline and partly amorphous. They are most frequently oxides, nitride and carbides. These materials have very high strength under compression and low ductility, and the example of ceramics are glass and porcelain. Next one is polymers. Polymers are made from hydrocarbon based minerals. There are two types of polymers, that is thermoplastics and thermosetting plastic, as we had discussed in the previous semester. Two types of polymers, thermoplastic and thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics consist of polymer molecules bound by covalent bonding and van der Waals forces, and the examples of polymers are nylon, polyethylene, polyvinyl chlorides, etc. And the last one is composite. So these materials are multi-phase materials which are obtained by artificial combination of different materials to attain property that the individual component cannot attain. Means you are having certain materials, but you will not find this material is better or perfect for your end user, or the material is not perfect for your particular product, then you can be able to produce a newer material with the help of this composite. Means composite is what? Composite is nothing but a multi-phase material which are obtained by the artificial combination of different material. So you can combine different types of materials, and that materials can be melted, and then in the melting phase it can be a mix up with the all others, all the metals or all the different material will be mixed with each other in the melted phase, then solidified it. Then solidified product is nothing but your composite materials, in which you will find out your desired application, your desired properties for the particular product. Okay, so composite is what? These materials are multi-phase materials which are obtained by artificial combination of different materials to attain that the individual component cannot attain. A large number of composite materials are represented by different combination of metals, ceramic and porcelain. Generally, composites are classified according to their matrix material. These are called metal matrix, polymer matrix and ceramic matrix, and the examples are tungsten carbide and fiber reinforced plastic. And up till now, if you have any query, then please ask me in the comment box. In the next lectures we will see some another terms related to material science, and we will start the iron carbon diagram. Thank you very much, friend.